This piecewise function requires us to find f of 9, f of 25, and f of 12. So how do we do this? Now, when dealing with piecewise function, it's essential to understand the concept. So I think of piecewise functions more like conditional functions. What do I mean by that? It's a function that states that certain parts of the functions are activated or certain parts of the functions are to be used if the following conditions are met. Okay, the conditions are always by the side, and these conditions are related to the domain. Okay, so the x values in this case would help you determine what function to use and what part of the function will be active for your range of domain. Now, say for example, take for example this first one. It says that the condition for this function, this part of the function to be active, is that your x value must be within the range of 0 to 10. So 0 is less than x and x less than 10. For the second function to be active, we can see the condition here. It has to be 10 has to be less than x. I think this is meant to be less than or equal. So no, next is going to be 10 less than x and x less than or equal to 20. Okay, and the final one says for x values greater than 20. Now, let's try to figure out f of 9. So for the first one that says f of 9, for us to figure out f of 9, we need to understand where the domain 9 falls into. Okay, and once we check the condition, we can clearly see that f of 9 is going to be within this range. So our x value is less than 10, okay, but it's in this range. So we can easily see that this is going to be the function that's going to be valid for our domain value. And we're just going to put, use 3x in this case, and we get 3 into 9. So our f of 9 would be 27. Now, let's try finding f of 25. So, we got to look at the condition here. Where does 25 fall in between? You can see that 25 is greater than 20. So, the third function, the third part of the piecewise function is going to be what we're going to use. It's going to be the active part. In this situation, we have 3x plus 5x squared plus 3, I guess. Alright, plus 3. And we got to replace every part that has x by 25. So we're going to do f of 25, and that would be 3 into 25 plus 5 into, this is 5, this is 25, 25 into 25 squared plus 3. Okay, so we're going to do 3 times 25, and 3 times 25 is going to give 75. So 25 in 3 places, in this case it's going to be 25 cubed. That would give 15,625 and 3. So when we add all of this up, we get 15,703. Now, the third part requires us to find f of 12. Now we can clearly see that 12 is less than 20. So it's got to be in this range. It's less than 20 but greater than 10. So if your x value is within this range, it means that this is the function you're going to use. Okay, so we're going to be using the function 3x plus 5, and we're going to use 3x plus 5 for f of 12. So we're going to swap in 12 for every point we find our x. It's going to be 3 into 12 plus 5, which would now equal 36 plus 5, and we have 41.